Each day, the SharePoint servers in a typical enterprise generate thousands of log entries, from generic service initiation messages to critical system failure notices. Every aspect of farm operation is categorized, prioritized, and recorded, only to sit unused until a serious failure occurs. And when it does, finding the one nugget of crucial information that leads to a root cause determination can take hours of tedious searching. While administrators have plenty of options for monitoring the physical and virtual infrastructure that powers SharePoint, the application level event data that contains critical information on how the environment is really functioning is locked away in obscure text files and server event logs. Until now. Introducing SmartTrack, the first and only operational intelligence solution for Microsoft SharePoint. SmartTrack is an ITIL-compatible event management system that puts critical information regarding the overall health and operational stability of any SharePoint farm right at your fingertips. By aggregating, filtering, and analyzing and mining core application event data, SmartTrack gives operational support personnel the tools they need to quickly isolate and correct functional issues, while providing management with a wealth of information and reports to support critical business decisions. Never be in the dark again. Know exactly how your SharePoint farms are behaving anytime, anywhere, and on any device with SmartTrack. In this demonstration, we will take a brief tour of the key features in the SmartTrack Operational Intelligence solution. We'll begin with an overview of the dashboard and how it can be used to track system status in real time. We'll then drill down into the operational metrics and demonstrate how SmartTrack enables operations personnel to quickly isolate and resolve functional issues. We will then review the analytics feature to see how the rich reporting and charting options allow system administrators to chart past performance and predict future areas of concern. The tour concludes with a quick look at the various settings and options available in the system. SmartTrack is comprised of a lightweight server agent, a web portal, and a SQL database. The agent consists of a standard timer job installed into the SharePoint farm environment. It runs silently in the background with minimal overhead, collecting event data and transmitting it to the SmartTrack portal over a secure connection. The SmartTrack portal and database servers running in the cloud or in the customer's data center aggregate, process, analyze, and display application-level event information in a web-based dashboard that automatically adjusts for optimized viewing on the desktop or on a mobile tablet device, providing constant visibility into system status from anywhere in the world. The SmartTrack dashboard was designed to be intuitive, easy to use, and as simple to navigate on a mobile device as it is from the desktop. It provides at-a-glance metrics for all managed farms in a unified console. The interface is comprised of two main areas: the primary viewport on the left, which also contains the global navigation icons along the top, and a statistics panel on the right. The dashboard automatically updates itself every 5 minutes, keeping operations personnel up to date with the latest information as it is collected. Each tile represents a SharePoint farm comprised of one or more individual servers. As events are collected and processed by the system, an overall health score for each farm is calculated in real time based on various factors including severity, velocity, and relevance. Each tile is color-coded based on the composite health of the farm with dynamic visualizations to accompany the score value. Many organizations have multiple SharePoint farms in their environment: development, testing, staging, production, and so on. Each farm has a unique operational profile based on its function. Production farms, for example, are often finely tuned with restricted logging levels, whereas testing farms may have permissive logging levels set in order to help identify potential problems prior to production deployment. Unlike traditional monitoring tools, which require administrators to define in advance the thresholds which comprise acceptable levels of performance and apply them across the board, SmartTrack learns how servers behave over time, establishing a profile unique to each farm. This results in a more accurate health score that reflects the operational characteristics of individual environments. SmartTrack can also recognize when events occur that are outside of the normal operational parameters for the farm. These events are categorized as alerts and displayed in the upper right-hand corner of each farm tile. A proliferation of such alerts, even if they are non-critical, provides an important indication that farm behavior has changed and should be investigated further. The statistics panel provides high-level summary metrics for an entire environment. At the top, the number of farms and servers being monitored is displayed, followed by the current number of events from the last collection cycle, the total for the day, and comparative metrics for average hourly and daily event velocity. At the bottom of the panel are two graphs: the total number of critical events per day over the last week and the average farm health for the same period. Each graph can be expanded to provide a more accessible view of the data series. The dashboard provides a good overview of an entire environment in a single pane of glass. The next step is to drill down into the underlying server and event data for a specific farm by selecting on the corresponding tile. The Details view provides in-depth information on the event data for a specific farm. The upper portion of the screen contains tiles for each server within the farm that reports events to SmartTrack. The lower portion of the screen contains details on event and alert flow over the previous 24-hour period. Each server in a farm that has been configured to report events to SmartTrack is represented by a color-coded tile with an individual health score. Just as it does with farms, SmartTrack builds an event profile for each server and assigns a score based on the performance of that server over time. Servers which have stopped reporting events recently will be represented by a red tile with a communication failure icon, and those which have stopped reporting for a number of successive collection cycles, or which have never reported at all, are displayed as a gray tile. Clicking on a server tile filters the entire details view to only show event information for that server. Clicking on the name of the farm restores data elements for all servers in the farm. The velocity graph shows the occurrences per hour of events categorized as critical or higher as reported by each server in the farm. The data reported includes the 24-hour period preceding the last collection instance, with each server represented by a colored line on the chart. Clicking on any data point will display the specific events reported within that hour. Servers which do not report event data to SmartTrack, or which have stopped reporting data for a minimum number of successive collection cycles, are excluded from the graph. Each server in a farm performs a specific function. In smaller farms, servers often perform multiple roles, whereas in larger farms, their functions may be more specific: web, index, query, application, BI, workflow, etc. When operating within normal parameters, each server reports events in a predictable pattern based upon its function. Multipurpose servers generate a large number of events across multiple categories, while role-specific servers report fewer events confined to a much smaller set of categories. SmartTrack analyzes the event patterns of each server to establish a profile of the entire farm. When an event is reported that falls outside of the established pattern, SmartTrack isolates the event and raises an alert, regardless of priority or severity. This provides operations personnel with critical insight into farm behavior by capturing deviations from the baseline that may never trigger an alarm or exceed an established threshold. The Alerts view displays a sortable, filterable grid of all abnormal events captured in the previous 24 hours. The full text of the alert, along with the server that reported it, the correlation ID, level, category, and other useful information, is available for viewing and can be exported to an external application for further analysis. A key element in reducing troubleshooting time is the ability to quickly isolate a particular event. By aggregating event data from every server in a farm into one data source, SmartTrack makes it easy for farm administrators to locate the information they need in just a few clicks. The SmartTrack Event Detail Summary view provides quick access to the most recent events with a full set of sorting and filtering capabilities. For more complex scenarios, SmartTrack provides the ability to create advanced queries against the event repository, including the ability to search by correlation ID or even by partial message text. One of the most common complaints encountered by help desk personnel is the SharePoint user who receives an error message that states an unknown error has occurred and contains a long string of numbers and letters known as a correlation ID. This identifier is used by SharePoint to reference a particular event, but there is no way for an administrator to know which server in the farm generated the error or which one of the several dozen log files it may reside in. Tracking down a problem based solely upon a correlation ID can sometimes require hours of tedious detective work. SmartTrack allows an administrator to accomplish the same task in just a few seconds with its unique Quick Search feature. Using Quick Search, simply select the farm, enter the correlation ID, and click Search. SmartTrack will instantly locate the specified event and display it in the detail grid. It can also locate one or more events based upon partial text within the event message itself. Once an event has been located, the full details of that event are available for inspection in the Event Detail window. The full event information is now visible in an easy-to-read format, including the server name, date and time the event was captured, correlation ID, category, level, type, and source, along with the full text of the event message. When troubleshooting unusual or unfamiliar events, it is commonplace to copy a portion of the event message and paste it into a search engine to conduct additional research. SmartTrack even makes this process simple by providing the top 10 search results for the current event message right in the detail window. In addition to simplifying troubleshooting tasks and putting critical event information at your fingertips, SmartTrack also provides an interactive reporting feature designed to facilitate root cause and predictive analysis. The summary report is displayed by default, with additional reporting categories on the left. It provides a basic overview of farm health in the last 24 hours. Each farm is displayed at the top, along with the number of servers, total events, number of critical events, and minimum maximum average health. The graph below charts the critical event velocity for each farm during this period. Below the critical event velocity graph are two pie charts, representing the distribution of event categories and event levels. Each report category has a selection of available event types. By default, each report opens with a column chart for the last 24 hours. Clicking on each of the chart types will change the display accordingly. The Options link allows for the creation and submission of ad hoc queries. Each of the primary event data columns is available for filtering, including farm, server, level, category, type, and source. Queries can be submitted for a predefined date range, such as yesterday, or a custom start and end date may be supplied. The results can be grouped by hour, day, week, or month. The summary grid displays the underlying data from the query used to produce the selected chart. Clicking on an event series in the chart will display the event grid detail. Both the summary and detail data can be exported to an external application for additional analysis. The Settings section allows designated contacts to manage certain system functions, including access control, messages, farm environments, licenses, email notifications, and event retention. Account administrators can invite other people, including executives or service providers, to view the portal and designate which contacts have administrative privileges. From time to time, the SmartTrack portal administrator may provide information regarding planned outages, new features, utilization reports, or other pertinent information. These notifications are visible in the Messages panel. When a new message arrives, account administrators with access to the Settings sections will see a red message indicator in the top navigation bar. Information about the farms and servers in each environment is visible in the Environment panel. This includes farm name, the date it began reporting events, along with each server name, ID, IP address, and operating system. The Account panel provides information on the licenses associated with the account. In the event that a farm is added or rebuilt, information such as the license ID, which is required to configure the event data collection timer job, can be retrieved from this panel, along with the start and end dates, license type, and status. Account administrators can configure SmartTrack email messages in the Notifications section. The notification schedule, as items arrive hourly or daily, can be set along with individual group recipient email addresses. Account administrators will receive alert emails by default unless overridden with this setting. SmartTrack retains event information for a full year by default, with the exception of verbose events, which are automatically deleted after 30 days. In some cases, it may be desirable to clear out old events and only retain events for a short period of time. For example, when a farm is upgraded, decommissioned, or repurposed. Event retention can be managed in this panel by changing the retention limit or removing events prior to a specific date. Isolating operational issues in a multi-server SharePoint environment is a challenging and time-consuming task. Operations personnel waste tremendous time and energy collecting, parsing, and examining log files to isolate functional errors and maintain service level agreements. Not anymore. SmartTrack takes the detective work out of operations management by aggregating event data across multiple servers and farms, delivering real-time health scoring and advanced analytics in a modern, touch-optimized web portal. SmartTrack provides detailed information on the nature and cause of abnormal events within any SharePoint environment, from a single local farm to multiple geographically distributed farms. Live dashboards display critical operational indicators in real time. Detailed reports enable trend identification and root cause analysis with a rich set of charts and graphs. An integration with third-party monitoring tools means everything you need to know about your SharePoint environment can be found in one centralized console. The interactive dashboards in SmartTrack provide up-to-the-minute information on all aspects of farm operation. Events which exceed established baselines are automatically flagged as alerts and displayed prominently in the console, allowing operations personnel to react in real time to changing conditions within the environment. The advanced health scoring metrics give clear visual indication when conditions are degrading or trending in a negative direction. SmartTrack takes the guesswork out of administering complex SharePoint environments by providing the right information at the right time to enable proactive platform management. Get started today. Visit www.binarywave.com to get a quote or arrange a free trial. SmartTrack. Real-time information, real-time results.